This is how I know we're back in the prime era of gaming. We have so many good single player games out, so many good multiplayer games out, and Battlefield is dissing COD in their latest live action trailer. So this has been going viral all over the internet, all over social media. Battlefield just dropped a live action trailer and they're talking a little smack about COD. I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I want to show you guys the trailer first, so here it is.
The world is a vampire.
Showtime.
Secret destroyer.
Zac Efron.
Sound check.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
boys. We're here to do one thing. One thing.
Who was that?
Doesn't matter. Let's move.
Okay. I see when people say they were dissing COD, that's a joke right there on the sheer volume of cosmetics that have been in Call of Duty. Now, as a guy who likes both franchises, Battlefield and COD, I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty funny if we're being completely honest. But I'm not gonna lie, it worries me when game franchises start dissing other game franchises when that same game franchise hasn't really had a good track record. And because I'm saying Battlefield because it's EA, they have not had a good track record with a lot of games over the last like 10 years. Battlefield 1 was really popular. Battlefield 5 was so-so. Like I've heard a lot of people not enjoy Battlefield 5. I've heard a lot of people enjoy Battlefield 1 over Battlefield 5. And then we had Battlefield 2042, which is definitely one of the games of all time. Not saying that COD hasn't had a few stinkers here and there for sure, but I do find it a little questionable. I find it very questionable and a little dangerous when companies start dissing other game franchises. Like, be careful, because if it doesn't hit like you think it will, people are going to come back to this. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
Scope the area.
Flag, 2 clicks out.
And a tank. Let's take it out. Roger that. Let's go!
Actually, the more I watch this, the more this feels like an OG like Call of Duty live action trailer. I mean, those guys would be dead, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that guy's dead. I mean, this is cool. This is really cool.
Take him out! That's right.
This feels like a 2012 trailer.
Sorry, boys. Nice shot. Well, that was easy.
This is it!
I see the flag.
Say when?
Bro, what is this trailer? All right, you can tell they're having fun with it, man.
6. Pre-order now.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though, we gotta be really careful when it comes to pre-ordering a lot of games. I've said this for COD, I've said this for Battlefield. Be careful, okay? I said this in another video. Do not let your hatred for another franchise convince you to pre-order another company's game. This is still EA we're talking about. We know how EA have done things in the past. We've seen their handiwork with the destruction of a lot of studios, game franchises, you name it. We've had other games like Battlefield 2042 where a lot of people pre-ordered that and it didn't launch with a scoreboard. Be careful. Don't give into your own hatred and let it turn you to the dark side, which is pre-ordering any video game. I'm like COD, Battlefield, it could be literally any game. I am very anti pre-order unless you are very confident you're going to enjoy the game. Now, if you think you're really going to enjoy it no matter what, do what you want. Be careful pre-ordering things. My thoughts on this trailer are kind of interesting though, because I'm a very multi-dimensional person. I'm not really one-dimensional because I think COD has had a lot of like hiccups, and I think Battlefield has definitely had its fair share of hiccups too over the last few years. I don't think it really bodes well dissing another game studio, but that being said, this really wasn't that much of a diss. This was just them having fun with the concept of over dramatic live trailer. Like, this was cool. I like this a lot, man. I do want to read some of the comments. I already know what they're going to be saying. I already know. I love how we all know exactly what this is a middle finger to. Who is that? Doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of people in in here that are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, yeah, I agree with you guys. That other game franchise, you know, it sucks. Battlefield lost to COD Vanguard in terms of sales some years ago, you know what I'm saying? So just think we should be very careful, because I think the thing is like, and I don't know if this is just like a community thing or what, but a lot of people seem to kind of forget like the past issues that a lot of previous Battlefields have had. You know, COD gets a lot more hatred, I think, because they release a game every single year, which even I think is insane. Releasing a game every single year, that concept needs to go. Okay, I think that needs to disappear. I don't know. Battlefield has not had a flawless record ever. Like, at least within the last like 10 years. The OG Battlefields, yeah, they were perfect for the most part. Although Battlefield 4 launched, and that game was hell on earth to like even play properly because it had so many issues. Neither franchise has had a perfect track record over the last like 10 years or so. We got to be really careful and still keep our expectations, no matter what game you're buying, kind of like in the middle area, you know? Just be careful what you hype yourself up that you're going to spend money on, because you just never know how it's going to go. That being said, I am so happy we are back in this kind of era of gaming, even with all the nonsense I said earlier about this cannot bode very well, you know, dissing another franchise. I am very happy we are back in this era of gaming where it feels authentic. There's competition. Studios are talking trash. People on the internet are kind of going back to that era of talking trash. People talking trash in game again. It feels like the OG days in the mid to late 2000s, man. Like, this is what advertising used to be back in the day. You know, companies poking at one another, having fun with it, being silly, you know, talking a little smack. This is what old games did, you know, and that's what kind of allowed games to have their own identity. And that's what I really do like about like the current situation with Battlefield versus COD. COD going back to this futuristic era kind of gives us its own identity from Battlefield and getting away from the realistic eras, the modern eras or whatever. And Battlefield's going back to the more like believable, realistic era, modern era, like that it always has thrived in. I think having games do their own thing, having their own identities is phenomenal, and we need to keep doing this. Because when I play Battlefield, I'm not playing Battlefield to get like a feeling that I would get from COD. Like, I don't get off of COD and go to Battlefield because I think Battlefield is better. Battlefield gives me an entirely different energy, satisfaction when playing it, whereas COD gives me an entirely different satisfaction and energy from playing it. I go to Battlefield for big battles, explosions, cinematic moments. I go to COD if I want to play an arena shooter that has fun mechanics and, you know, some silliness to it. It's good that we have multiple games we can kind of play now, and that's just even going beyond COD. You got Helldivers 2. There's so many good single player games out. Expedition 33. I mean, like, there's a lot of good content out there right now in the gaming space, and I think that's so important for modern gaming, because for a while it felt like every single video game felt the same. We've had so many duplicates of specific franchises and games. It really is nice to just kind of feel like everything's going back to how it used to be. I'm excited for Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7 because I like futuristic Call of Duty, to be perfectly fair. So I'm a bit unbiased towards both of them. I think both games will be pretty solid. I'm not pre-ordering really anything. I'm gonna kind of wait to see a little bit of gameplay first, but I don't know. We'll see, man. Like I said, I'm excited for both games. I liked what I experienced with the Battlefield 6 beta. Pretty sold on it. I think I'll like the Black Ops 7 beta in a few days. Let's look at the campaign trailer. Apparently the campaign is only like 4 hours long, 4 or 5 hours long, and according to a lot of people that have played it early, it comes off as unrefined and unpolished for a lot of people. I do think it's kind of funny to me that so many folks with Battlefield do dunk on COD when most COD people really don't care about Battlefield, and it's been like that for forever. Like, I've always felt like it was the other way around because they're both like shooters, you know, but for some reason I've always felt like there's like been this dislike from like Battlefield fans to Call of Duty. I think that's because some COD players try to come over and make Battlefield COD, which is a reasonable reason to be upset, but I generally don't think most COD fans care about Battlefield because they don't play it for that Call of Duty experience. Like I said, I don't play Battlefield for a COD experience. I play it for the Battlefield experience. I love Battlefield and I love the way it feels, so when I play it with that in mind, but I digress.
Hostiles inbound. 100 meters in closing.
I got 2. East side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3 west side. Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Okay.
The world
That was
as
cool.
it's commonly known has crumbled. Alliances that held since the end of World War II, gone.
I love seeing those F-16s.
This is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock?
You're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it.
I heard some people say this is like a mobile game. It does it to me.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
Yeah, visually speaking, this looks stellar. I really do hope it's good, and that claim that it's going to be short isn't true.
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
Okay.
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
Yeah, that was a trailer. I'm looking forward to it, man, because I like Battlefield campaigns personally. I think they're always cinematic and just explosive and fun to play around with. And the contrast and tell between the Black Ops 7 trailer and this is unbelievable. Like this comment says right here, it's almost as if they are two different games. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, both games are aiming for their own, like, interpretation of the shooter war game. Like, they're completely different games. They aren't trying to be alike, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people keep getting mixed up with. I was crashing a wedding, had to pee, heard this trailer from four corners of the bathroom. We are watching it together in one stall. Anyway, that was the Battlefield 6 multiplayer and campaign trailer. I thought they were both cool. Like I said, I'm curious to see how things are going to go when all of this is said and done. Like, what are the sales going to look like? What's the player population going to look like? I am so curious to see, like, what things are going to look like in the next few months, because competition is getting steep. The hatred is getting even harder. This feels like 2011 all over again, with people like playing Battlefield 3 and playing like Modern Warfare. When did Battlefield 3 come out? Was that 2011 or 2009? I love that we have this steep bit of competition again, man. I love the frustration and anger between everybody. So much back and forth. We're back in the glory days of gaming. I think you should still buy whatever game you think you're going to enjoy the most, and try to avoid pre-ordering things unless you feel confident about them.